In order to...
Oh! There we go. Right, we got the first one. We got the first one. Round of applause. And now we've got another board for him to try and smash, so...
Do you want it? Oh, you're feeling emboldened?
He's feeling confident now.
Miles away.
I knew he was going to do it then.
Miles away.
Rather... Oh!
I thought I was going to clip. Hold on.
Oh. So it's over there?
It's over there.
Yeah,
got it. Oh, it's looking good.
That is good. That's good. It's good. It's good.
Oh. No! That's heartbreak.
20 minutes later.
So yeah, if you chase the sheep.
How are the sheep? What's the sheep's volume like?
The sheep's volume.
Yeah.
It's quite voluminous.
The volume is at its highest.
Yeah.
That is highest.
You don't want those guys to get cold.
Ralph,
Right.
what you want to know you do? You don't want to hit the first bit.
So I've just.
What you need to do is go through.
Through the...
I mean, I've just realised
through
we've
the
been at
pipe,
this for so long, the sun is coming back.
Yeah. It's when it sets again.
Oh god. No. Right, okay, I'm giving this back to Andy.
Yeah, it just occurred to me, this is the first time I think we're showing night in one of these
Yeah.
streams, which is cool.
There's actually some really cool stuff that we're doing in night, which we've never done before, which is worth talking about. So you'll notice if people are watching closely that we've got proper shadow casting lights now from the car, which is a really cool new feature.
So beyond every hour, we wanted to make sure that players had something to do every day. So you now get daily challenges, and those are maybe the closest to Forza Horizon 3's Forzathon. So we went through, there's something to do every hour, every day, every week, and you've got your Forzathon points. What can you spend them on? So here you go, Forzathon shop. And you can see that there's a really nice collection of rare items in the game. And the way the Forzathon shop works is every week when the season changes, its stock refreshes. You don't lose any of your Forzathon points. You can save them up as long as you want and just wait for the perfect item in here that you want to get. And the way to think about this is that it's a way to guarantee getting a reward without any RNG.
Also, is there ever going to be any like exclusive items in the Forzathon shop that you're not going to be able to get in the game like elsewhere?
Don't think so. No, we don't. We don't want to gate anything in the any content in the game behind a specific feature.
Yeah.
We haven't gated any behind this feature. So it'll all be stuff that you can get in different ways throughout the game. But like Ben says, it's the perfect sort of shop front to come to and and get that thing that you really want and just hasn't been landing for you in Wheelspin.
Can you use like your like in-game money or like real money to kind of be able to kind of like speed up the process of getting these like kind of Forzathon points so you can like kind of shortcut?
Just Forzathon points. Yeah, you can't use in-game cash.
What is Car Mastery?
Hello again. Yeah, so Car Mastery, this is our new way to earn skills and then spend those skill points on cars. So in Forza Horizon 2 and Forza Horizon 3, we had one kind of global set of perks that you could spend your skill points on. Once you'd unlocked every perk, there wasn't really much else to do. You couldn't buy anything else. So we thought to ourselves, well, how do you beat having a grid of 25 or even 3 times that from Horizon 3, and we decided let's add a skill tree to every car. Big favourite of mine, extra life, so now each skill chain takes 2 collisions to break, so that's absolutely brilliant. So there's up to 16 kind of perks within a mastery tree, and the cost of those perks ranges anything from like 1 simple kind of skill point all the way up to 25. In terms of what you get within a car, it's really what the car is designed to do. So that Raptor we saw was all about cross-country racing and how you kind of boost those skills. This Forza Edition Ford Capri with its like jacked up suspension, massive tyres, which is perfect for dirt racing. You can see it's got Dirt Monster there, which is a perk which will benefit you in dirt racing events. And everything else is the kind of thing that you would expect in dirt racing.
You can actually sell a completely mastered car on the auction house, for example.
Yep.
And that could have real value, I think.
Yeah.
This is thing, right? I can already see what people are going to do, because this is the first thing that popped into my head when I heard about this. Because everyone wants Edinburgh Castle, right? The most expensive player house. You can just like perfect a certain style of driving in a certain car and just become the ultimate like Veyron, like McLaren Senna kind of dealer. Just like, all right, I'm going to learn how to master this car every single time. They start flogging them off in the auction house.
Exactly, yeah, and people will come to you for their like completely mastered Veyron or Senna.
All skill points are global.
So there is a different map screen for each of the 4 seasons. This is obviously the winter one, which has to recognise that the lake is frozen and a lot of the other water in the world is frozen as well. It brings in the seasonal championships for winter, and obviously it removes the ones from autumn.
how do seasons change?
So that's a good question. The seasons change weekly for everyone. So it depends on whether you're in the game at the time the season changes or not, how you'll experience it. The game will start counting down. It'll be really clear saying that the season's going to change in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute. And then when it does, as long as you're not doing anything, which is to say you're not in the middle of an event, for example, we'll show you a season transition cinematic later. You will be in the next season.
Specific to different areas of the map, so the more elevation you get in the world, you'll get thicker snow. As you get a bit more south, you'll get less snow, but maybe more frost, more wet roads, that kind of thing. So there's everything makes sense in terms of where the snow will be in the world.
It does look beautiful as well. I think that's one of the biggest things, is all the little details. Because I want to kind of get into the water, because I know one of the biggest features is that the lake itself is frozen over. And I know there's been a lot of questions of people going, is all the water in the game going to be frozen, or is it just going to be the lake?
It's kind of a mix, and like Ben says, it's all about really the altitude of the particular area of the world, which determines whether the water is frozen or not. I think that really helps gameplay, because it's super fun to go drifting out on a frozen lake, but we also still want to have gameplay where you can splash through lakes, splash through rivers as well, and you really get all of that in the winter season. This is what I'm talking about. I think this completely different, really sort of stark aesthetic is just stunning to drive in, it's stunning to look at. There are loads of roads in the world which actually aren't covered in snow that you can still take a hypercar out on and not have a terrible accident.
You have to kind of change your style of driving to kind of compensate for that kind of ice and that slush.
Absolutely, and there's some other specific things going on which I know the car handling guys have got really into and made quite a few observations around which they weren't expecting, which is just the sudden shocking drop in temperature on the tyres when you hit that snowy surface. Did some really unexpected things to the way the cars were handling inside the physics model.
And what this game, and in particular winter within this game, does is on a really regular basis completely change the way the world looks, so that when you return to it, sure, it's the same world that you've been playing in, it's the same roads that you know, but it looks so completely different that it's almost kind of just refreshing.
Going into events or looking at the characters. Do some cool stuff to look at while we're waiting for everything to fall into place and load. So get ready, Og. So if it works.
Right, here we go. He's drifted.
So one of the cool things about this as well, with the finishing line, is that we know players like to spin and win across the line. So that's something we absolutely wanted to keep for that as well. So there was a lot of work that went into making sure that looked all cool.